Hi and welcome back to Crafting Calamity. So today I've got this contemporary Christmas little mini kit with pussycats on, Meowy Christmas from the Christmas Blockbuster. So I have actually brought the full Blockbuster kit, but I also bought some additional of the little toppers sets and the mini kits with the card in. Some are just the topper sets and some are the full with the card. So this one I'm going to be using with this little pussycat that's got the fairy lights wrapped around him, and I'm going to be using a little bit of acetate with it as well. So you might see me get up at some point to get the acetate, because I've forgotten to get that out at the moment, because I wasn't 100% sure what type of card I was going to be doing. So at the moment I'm just going to bring in my trimmer just to trim down this main piece of card that I'm going to be using, so I know roughly where I need to trim it down to. So like I say, with my measurements at the moment, I'm not overly sure on measurements. I just tend to figure mine out as I go along, really. So now I'm going to score this little bit of card that I've cut off. It's not going to be a very big card, so I'm going to score down these two edges. So I'm going to score down these, either side of these lights here, if I can get the score in the right place, which is just down here, and then the same on this side, which is just there. And then I think I've done that slightly wrong on this side. I'll try that again, because it should be down on the star, along the star bit. Hopefully that's in the right place, and we're going to bend that way for the time being. I mean, I'm not 100% sure which way this card is going to go, but it's not looking how I want it at the moment. So I think I'm going to change my mind on that. As I've seen this diagram, but I'm not totally sure how this goes together. So I'm just going to change the way I'm going to make this one. So I'm going to take them off. Take that off and use them in a little bit. And I use that. Bring my scoreboard back in, and I've got a black piece of 12 by 12 card here, so I need to fold so that this goes on the outside and we get a little bit in the middle and then a little bit over this side. So I just need to score them in the right places. So that's from the 2 to the 8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's one between that one and one between that one. So I need to score this in these places, so just down that one, down that one, down at the 8, and then down at the 9. And I need to cut this one across that way. So I'm going to bring this back in. As you know, the other day I said that I've been suffering from a bit of a toothache, so I have actually now phoned the dentist today and made an appointment to go and see my dentist. So yes, I've got an appointment with the dentist on Thursday this week, so I don't know what they're going to do as of yet, whether they're going to actually remove the tooth. I'm assuming that's what they're going to be doing, because that's what I'd rather them do, to be fair. So just trying to work out how big this bit is. So that is just over the one end. So I need to do this side, so it's the same on both sides, because this bit is going to be scored so it goes that way, and then that one's going to be scored that way. And then that way, and then that way. Just going to take that little bit off, and hopefully that's not too big for these bits to go on here. So I'm just going to open that for a minute. So they're going to go on that one. Where's my other bit gone? Here it is. And this one's going to go on this side, so I can trim the bits off that I don't need afterwards. So that's going to go there. I'm not going to use any gold mirror or anything to go on the back of this. And this one's just going to go in the centre there. And then when it's put together, it'll stand up like that. I do actually think that's gone a bit wrong, so I might have to get another bit of card and try that again actually. Yeah, trial and error. So just gonna go and get another bit of card. Bear with me a second. I should be back in a moment. Try that design again. Just making sure that I've got one piece of card, and I'm going to have to try and work this out again. So this is just over the 1 centimetre, 1 inch line. So I'm going to do this one at score it 1.5 inches, or centimetres. I think that's centimetres, isn't it? Just turn this over, and then we put this on here just to see how it lines up on this one. Make sure I put it that way around. So if I score it there, and then the same this side, so that needs to be 1.5 as well. So that's on the 3. So why does this side look so different to the other side? So I'm going to turn this over. So that's the 3.5. So this one's going to be 3.5. That way. I'm going to have to score it a different way because I'm going to try and score it that way now. Let's bring this down a little bit more. So then I want this one in the middle. So I need to have a bit where it folds over. So if I do that, I'll sit this bit in the middle here. I need that one, this side, to be the same score as this side. So that needs to score there. And the same, 3.5. And then this side from this one needs to be 3.5 as well. So we take that to the edge. So if it's 3.5, so that's 1, 2, 3, and that's the half. So that should be all scored evenly now. So I'm just going to get rid of this again. Bring in my trimmer. Just going to turn that over that way, see where this one sits. Which, if I wanted to put some gold mirror behind it, I could. And take it back just a tad. And I'm going to cut it across there. So that gives me a little bit of play with the bottoms and the top. Put that across there, and I'll measure it to see what the actual size of this piece of card is, just in case you guys want to have a go. So it is still a 12 in width, and it's about 6.5 inches high. Then we're going to bend that one that way and bend them that way. So we're going to burnish them down slightly, and we're going to do the same with this side and burnish that down, so that when the card's standing up they should be the same, but yet they still don't look the same width. Let me get my ruler. So if I go from the 1, so that's not quite 2, and if I go this side, maybe they are the same, they just don't look the same from my angle. These are not going on here, but this is just for me to measure. See, they're so different. So somehow I didn't do that one right either. So it's not. needed to be bigger fold on there. Okay. It just seems to be that one fold in the middle there that I've done wrong again. So I'm going to have to get another bit of card. Okay guys, I had to sort this out off screen. So now it looks like it's sorted out now, so now we're going to hopefully assemble the card without making any more mistakes, because this is the third bit of card now that I've used. So that's going to sit in there, them two are going to sit on there, and then I'm going to put a bit of acetate and this is going to sit on the top. Okay, so we're going to just burnish this down a little bit on these edges. And like I said, if I have to cut it down slightly a little bit that way, then so this is still a 12 that way, and it's just over like the 6 and about 6.5. Okay, so these ones are going to go, so they go in that way, which I might have to trim just a tad off of this bit because I can see a little bit that I don't want on there. That's probably why I was having a bit of a problem with getting things to sit in the right place, the tabs to sit in the right place. So I'm just going to stick that down because it's such a fiddly little trim off, which didn't actually work because it's right on the edge. There we go. That's that bit done. Stick that bit in the bin or on the floor. And I'm going to try and do the same with this one. Line it up and try and trim that down just a little bit to get rid of that little edge on there. And then the same with this one, not that bit, this bit. I don't think I need the tape for this one. I think I need to open the arm. Just to line that up a little bit. Hopefully that's taken the bit off that I want off. And I'll just get the scissors to trim that up a bit more, because it's not quite done it properly. There we go. That's a bit better. I think I've finished with the trimmer for now. So the trimmer can go down there. Now we're just going to put this all together. So if you want, you can flatten the card out, which might make it a little bit easier. So I'm just going to grab some acetate. So just bear with me because I haven't got that out, as I said. It's a snowfall one from that collection. Well, not from that collection, from the Christmas selection that they had on Hunkydory, and they were using it on something that they were doing. I never used acetate, so I'm just going to have a go with a little bit for the front of this card, like I said. that to the side. So yeah, I've got that little bit of acetate, so I need to make it just a little bit bigger than what the card is itself, so I can hopefully put it inside that card. So I'm just going to cut that down to there, to the 7. So I'm going to put that over there for a minute, put that over there for the second. And I need my scoreboard back in, so I can do the acetate at the same score lines as I've done this one. So I'm going to use that as a guide. And it's not going to be much of a fold. So I'm just going to go along this line here for the inside of the card, and along this line here. I'm just going to take that away again. Put that down there out the way. Just going to burnish this down. Like I say, I'm going to have a bit of cut off on this. And then burnish this side down. And with this, you want to put your red liner tape on this one. I'm just going to get this one out and stick some of that on there already, ready to go on when I'm ready to put this together. So just stick a little bit on these edges. On both sides on there, so that hopefully this will be hidden by the workings. And stick that on that side. Like that. So that's all ready to go on the card front when I'm ready to use that. So I'm just going to lift that up a bit. Let it go like that, and then this will be sitting on the inside here, which I said it's going to have to be cut off for a little bit because it's not exactly going to fit on there. And these are going to sit on the edges here. So with this I might actually bring in just a little bit of gold mirror, which I've got sitting over the side here that I had left over from my little play the other day. So I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way for the second wire. Just sort these bits out. Oh, that was my scoreboard going flying. I'm just going to line these up on the inside of this bit of card for now, because the elements have got gold on the outside trim on them. I'm going to use the gold mirror. If they were silver, I'd use the silver mirror. Put that to the side for the moment. Should be able to get both of these trimmed off of this one. I'm just going to trim another one like that from this bit. And then they should be fine to go. with any luck. I'm going to use a bit of my construction glue. If I haven't got from the all fingers and thumbs. And I'm going to stick these down onto these gold pieces. So if they're too big, I think they're a little tad too big, so I might have to cut them down a little bit once I let them dry for a minute or two. Stick this one down onto this one. Made them just a tad too big, I think, them borders. We'll come back to them in a few minutes. Just going to see if this bit of gold is big enough for this piece. I don't think it is. Let's have a look at this card just to see how much of a space there is between that and that. Quite a big bit of space. I'm just going to bring this in. I'm just going to go slightly over the edges and not so much at the bottom, so just going to go on the edge of this one, not the top and bottom, just on the sides. So we've got a little bit of our overhang of gold. I'm just going to bring in my trimmer to trim that back down. And I'm going to use my construction glue to stick that onto there. I kind of know what card I want to make, but it just doesn't seem to always go to plan. So the plans change after a while. So there's that bit. So now I'm just going to bring in my trimmer, move that to the side for a second to dry. I'm just going to bring in my trimmer again just to trim these little bits down, because I seem to have got a bit too much of the gold on this one. So I'm just going to trim that down slightly. It seems to have moved a bit. I don't actually think my borders are quite straight on this one, but because that one's actually fit on there better than this one. So now I'm going to stick them down onto this piece. So I'm just going to turn them over because I'm going to come in with my double-sided tape rather than the glue. And I'm going to just stick one bit in the middle on this one and cut it there. Do the same with this one. There. Get my pokey tool to pull that off. So then I can see from this how much of the card we don't need. The thing is, working with black, I can't actually see the actual fold in it. So I think this is still a little bit too big somehow. So I'm going to try and trim that down slightly with my scissors. Just a tad too big, sticking over the edge. So that's going to go onto there like so. And the same with this other side. Hopefully this one's not too wide this side. So this is the first time for me making this card, so I've never made one of these type of cards before, so this is new to me. I'll say I see it. But I don't exactly know how they do it. I don't know what the measurements are. Maybe I should have looked up the measurements before I started doing this, but we'll go. So that didn't cut all the way through, so I'm just going to use my scissors just to trim it up slightly. There we go, there. And then this one now should be able to be stuck down. Still using double-sided tape. I might use a little bit of glue on that to give me a bit of wriggle room, just to get it centraled. Put all the backings off. Just going to get a bit of glue. Give it a bit of a dab across the bottom, across the glued bit, the double-sided tape bits. Let's get rid of the excess bit on there as well. Make sure I put this up the right way. And as central as possible. There we go. So now when this card is standing up, it will look a bit like that. A bit like that. And then a little pretty cat. Just going to take his backing off, just to put him underneath where the acetate's going to go. Just going to foam pad him up. I'm just going to use double-sided tape then. Remember this, I'm not using double-sided tape on him, I'm using foam pads. And my trimmer's just fallen over and made me jump. So I think I caught it with my chair. Anyhow, put you on there for now, put you over there to the side, and then you, I'm going to just put you in flat, I think. You're a bit too big for there. Oh, actually, use these length foam pads, small skinny ones along here to hold that in place. Like that. Put a little bit more along there. bottom. And the top. I didn't want to come off. Just so it holds both of them frames in place. Some more foam pads that ain't that brilliant. It's hopefully when it's stuck down onto the inside of that it'll stay in place, hopefully. They are rather sticky, these foam pads. Backings ain't that easy to come off, and now it's all stuck to my fingers. I don't know what happened to that one. It tear as I was pulling it off. So this one has gone over the edge now. I'll just take that little bit off, and dropped it on the floor because it's all sticking to me. So the backing on that one. Just remove that one. Put you in the bin. Just bring you back in so I can see what I'm doing. And stick my fingers from the frame and stick you hopefully in the middle. There we go. Lovely job. And pull the back ends off of these ones. And then we get to the fun bit of doing the acetate. Make sure I put kitty up the right. I think I'm going to actually double pad this one. So this topper stands out a bit more from the actual frame that's sitting in the middle there, so it's not level with that frame. I've got some more on these oblong bits. Just going to take these backings off. And then good to go with putting him on the card. Make sure I put him on up the right way. Make sure I've taken on it. There's a foam backing, a backing still on that foam pad. Yep, so they're all off. Good. So now I'm going to place him back in the centre of his frame. Just push him down so he sticks to him. Stand it up like that. That's cool. So that's how it looks at the moment when I stand them up. Just going to move them out the way. I don't think I need them anymore. And then I'm going to bring in my bit of acetate, which I couldn't nearly find. And I'm going to take this end off first. Hopefully that will disappear from me. So we're going to put this, hopefully, to go this way. So this bit needs to adhere to, I know he's a bit It's a bit taller than I can cut him. I can cut this down after I've got him in place, hopefully. I have made a mistake with this card, because when the acetate goes on it's supposed to be able to, so he can lay back down, but I haven't left enough space between the two bits of acetate for it to lay flat and be posted, so this one will not be getting posted in the post. This one will be a hand given card, I think, because I think he's going to have to stay standing upright. So I'm just going to stick that onto there, hopefully. And the only way he's going to lay flat is if I do it like that. So we might get away with it in the post, but you just have to stay like that, I think. It's going to have to go that way in the post box and the envelope. As I say, this is the first time for me making this kind of card, so yeah, trial and error. I'm going to have to bring in my cutter again, because I can't seem to get in there with my scissors, so I'm hoping I can just trim the edges so that I can get my trim up. If I can get my finger unstuck from the actual piece of acetate. This is not going to work either. Right, I'm going to have to try and do it with my scissors. I'm getting in a right mess with this one tonight. It's not worked properly for some reason. Okay, that's probably the best I'm going to get it, to be honest. It's not quite gone to plan. I'm going to poke this little hole out. I'm going to stick him on the back. On the front, sorry, not on the back. And then I think I'm going to put This little black cat with the star on his head. And these are going to go onto the front of the card, and then I'm just going to get a little bit of ribbon. Not ribbon, I'm going to get a bow, sorry, and I'm going to put the bow on here as well. So I'm just going to put that across there. And then this little pretty cat that I've got here is just going to go on the edge of there. I don't really know why, and this, well, my acetate has gone like that, but you get the idea of how the card is meant to look. As I say, I'm not a professional card maker, it's just one of my hobbies that I like to do. I don't think I've got a plain red bow though. Pink, can't really put pink on there, it's Christmas. Maybe I put the green, I think I'll go with the green because I don't have a pink one, and now I've lost my glue dots. Oh, there they are. To put my bow on. Right, it did stick on there, it didn't look like it stuck for a minute. I'll put the bow on there. And there we have our Meowy Christmas acetate Snowfall acetate Christmas card from the Christmas Blockbuster selection. So that's it for today. Afraid only one card, but it went a little bit pear-shaped right at the beginning. I was having problems with my card getting the measurements right, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and please do subscribe to my channel. Look forward to making the next video over the next coming days. Still going to be Hunkydory, depending on what my delivery is tomorrow. I'll probably end up making a card from that collection that comes tomorrow, or Wednesday, sorry. So until the next time, take care, have a good day, bye.